What does a toy seal, a pair of sunglasses, and the Taj Hotel in Cape Town have to do with your decision to retire or resign from GEPF? You're going to be shocked when you find out. Hello, I'm Dhevan Naicker, a retire versus resign specialist. Now, for GEPF members considering resignation, I specialize in crafting solutions to minimize your tax liabilities while ensuring that you generate lifelong income and protect the legacy that you intend to leave for your family. So let me ask you, if money was not an option, where would you rather stay on your holiday? A one-star hotel or a five-star hotel? Now think about the service that you receive from a five-star hotel. Imagine the experience of being in luxury with every detail taken care of and complete peace of mind knowing that your stay is going to be perfect. Recently, my wife celebrated her birthday. Now, I often feel guilty because of the long hours I spend working. So I wanted to do something special for her and I booked a stay at the Taj Hotel in Cape Town. We had 3 unique experiences that got me thinking, what can I take from this stay in order to create a 5-star resignation experience? And this is what I want to share with you today. Now, once we had checked in at the hotel and we went up to our room, as I'm opening my door, my little girl pushes through. She's 9 years old and she runs inside wanting to see what sort of treasures that she could find. And a few seconds later, I heard her screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, look what I found." And lying on the bed, she finds this, which is now called CD. Now, in my hand, I'm carrying my 3-year-old, and he looks at this toy, and his eyes start to swell up, right? Immediately, the waterworks come through, and he is yelling at the top of his lungs, "Where's my CD? Where's my CD?" He's screaming at me. So we had a look around the room. It wasn't in there. And just before we went down for dinner, we stopped at the reception desk. And the lady behind the counter said to me, when I had mentioned to her about the situation and we've got one of these toys and we have 2 kids, she said to me, "Mr. Naicker, I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience that was caused to you. We should have had a look at your booking. We should have seen that you had 2 kids and placed 2 of these seals into your room. Please leave this with me. I'll ensure that everything is going to be sorted out. You enjoy your dinner, and when you get back to your room, you're going to see everything is in order." So I was quite happy because then it means I've got a happy 3-year-old, a happy 9-year-old. We're not going to have any issues. And when we got back to our room, true to her word, we found the second toy, plush toy that was on the bed. But in addition to that, there was a lovely display of chocolate. Now, I thought to myself, what a touching experience. You know, they were able to identify what was not right and fix this, but also exceeding my expectations. So when it comes to your resignation, this is the first thing that I want to share with you. It is personalized attention to detail. Now let's take a closer look. See, every GEPF member situation is unique. Likewise, your situation would be different to another member situation. And when the planning gets done, the way that I like to do this is I want to get a closer, a better picture of your situation. Meaning, maybe you have some debt that's in place. So I want to analyze exactly what is the debt that you have in place. Do you have a home that you still want to settle? Is it a vehicle that needs to be settled? Do you have a loan that has to be taken care of? What's the amount that's outstanding? What's the sort of interest rate that is there? I want to take care of those things, right? Now, this doesn't relate to GEPF because remember on the GEPF side, it's more the transfer of money. However, from my perspective, I want to look at this holistically because my goal is to make certain that you never run out of money. And in order for me to do that, I've got to look holistically, paying attention to the detail. Now, in addition to this, let's say aside from the debt itself, I want to start to have a look at other things. Maybe you have a life insurance in place. And usually this is the case for members. Perhaps you've taken this life cover policy 5, 10, 15 years ago. And your situation has changed because now you're going through a transition. In that case, I want to have a look at the life insurance policy. What was needed back then is probably different to what was needed now. Where can I extract some type of savings for you? Now, the same applies to other aspects, right? Maybe you've got a retirement annuity in place. Again, I'm paying attention to the detail. Doesn't impact your GEPF money because it's a separate pool of money. But I want to have a look at that retirement annuity. Is the money growing? Are there opportunities for us to get this to grow at a higher pace? We also know in this case how the markets operate. It would have an ebb and flow. So I want to see what's taking place with the retirement annuity. Is it at a place where the money is secure, or is it at risk? Because the last thing you want is to lose money. Now, there are all sorts of tips and tricks when it comes to investments, especially when you consider a retirement annuity or any other savings that you have. But again, paying attention to the detail, like how I'm sharing with you here, can enhance the experience and just take your resignation planning to the next level. Now, let's take a look at the second experience. Now, I first want to share with you the experience that we had, and then I'll go through the detail here, which is enhancing your resignation experience. Now, on our second night, I wanted to, which was actually the birthday for my wife. So I had booked at this hotel, Bombay Brasserie. If you're in Cape Town, please make sure that you pay them a visit. What an amazing experience. From the moment that we had stepped in, the attire from the people, the waiters, it was just impeccable. The decor in the restaurant, absolutely phenomenal. Everything was in its place and just beautiful. You sort of know that you're going to have a fine dining experience when you're there. Now, what just blew me away is we had reached a stage where we had come to a palate cleanser. And the waiter had brought over a brass bowl. And there were holes along the side, but beautifully crafted. And part of the preparation, right, was the waiter had poured a liquid inside it, and boom, there was smoke bellowing out of this brass bowl. It was such a phenomenal experience, sort of like what you see at this fine dining restaurants. My entire family was just taken away, and of course, I felt amazing because I'm delivering this experience to my wife, right? Because she's just blown away. Now, coming back to your resignation, I had a look at that and said, what can I do in order to ensure that members I'm assisting with, I can create an experience that just completely blows their mind away? So let's take a look at that. Now, again, in terms of enhancing your resignation experience, what you want to start to pay attention to, or the way that I like to do this, is I like to look at something that we know for sure, or you might feel for certain that you have to pay, which is tax. And the thing is, we know this, there are only two certainties in life, which is death and taxes. So I want to have a look at what are the tax implications. Now, as I've shared in previous videos, let's take a quick look at the process or the flow of money. Say this is your pool of money that's sitting here with GEPF. There are two options for you on resignation. One, you could have all of this paid in cash, in which case this is where you pay a significant amount in tax, right? But as you watched in my videos, the alternative option is you could have your funds transferred over into an approved fund. Now, when you move the money over, it's no secret, you've watched this previously in YouTube videos of mine, there's zero tax here, right? When this gets done properly. But beyond this, now I'm looking at what can I do to ensure that the money inside the approved fund is protected, it's safe. In essence, what can I do so that you don't lose money and you avoid that situation where the markets crash and then you're running out of capital? Next up, you know that you can access up to a third of your money in cash. So this is your 1/3 pool here. And what I like to do, again, to completely blow your mind away, and these are just tips that you can use when you're engaging with your planner as well, is there is a tax consequence here. I want to start to have a look at what is the tax, what can we do in order to keep the tax to an absolute bare minimum. And you've heard me talking about this in previous videos. I want to look at what the pre-98 tax-free benefit is. Because if you started working before 1998, this is an extra amount that can significantly reduce your tax burden. Now, in addition to that, we know there's a pool of money, which is your 2/3 aspect. So this is your 2/3. And this is the pool that starts paying you an income. And the income comes through on a monthly basis. Again, there are 5 different ways that you can earn an income here. How can I blow your mind away? Well, this is what I've done for members. I'm looking at opportunities where you can earn your income, but at the same time, we grow capital. That means what you started with in the beginning, your capital is now increasing. It's grown a lot more despite you receiving your income. Now, if you get to that stage, it is amazing because in essence, you're putting yourself in a position where you're never running out of money. Now, this is just some of the techniques that I found which is helpful for members when it comes to the resignation. But also I'm sharing with you because members, when I explain this to them, it just shifts their experience. You know, it's things that they're not expecting. And let's look at the third experience. Now, this experience for me just was like the highlight of our trip in Cape Town, the cherry on the top. we had such a rushed morning and running around trying to pack, make sure everything is okay. Remember, we've got 2 kids, and we thought we had taken everything. I checked all the drawers, everything was emptied, and we left the hotel. On our route to the airport, my wife says to me, "Did I pack my pair of sunglasses?" And I said to her, "I'm pretty sure because I checked all the drawers. It's all empty. We've got everything that we need." Get to the airport, her mind is constantly thinking about her pair of sunglasses. She can't concentrate. She has a look at her bag. She says to me, "Dhevan, I don't have my sunglasses. I'm concerned. Please phone the hotel." I phoned the hotel, spoke to the manager, and he had a look, and he says to me, "No, there's nothing in here." And then he said to me, "Listen, we have a team that goes through the entire room, checking every single element of the room, making certain that nothing has been left behind. If something is left behind, I will pass this on to the concierge and we'll be in touch with you." Now, I didn't have this experience previously, and given the state of our country and what we know about South Africa, I was feeling a bit anxious. Anyways, we get home, we empty all our bags, there's nothing, no sunglasses inside them. It's now 9 o'clock at night, and I get a call from the hotel. It's 9 o'clock at night, and they say to me, "Hey, listen, Mr. Naicker, we've actually found your pair of sunglasses. In the morning, we're going to make arrangements to have this hand delivered to your home. So may I please have your address?" I'm completely blown away by this experience, right? He says to me, "Give me your address. We'll have a courier deliver the items to you." And that was it. The very next day, the items delivered to our home. You can imagine how excited my wife was. And again, I'm looking like, an A+ husband here. So how do we take that experience onto your resignation? Here's what I discovered. When it comes to the resignation aspect, it's not just the beginning element that becomes essential, right? You want to have proactive and comprehensive support, but it's not just the beginning that's essential from a proactive perspective. You want to ensure that your support is ongoing. So you want great support in the beginning. You want to be able to reach out to your financial planner or resignation specialist at every step of the way. You want to feel comforted that you are okay. It's not just you're part of the journey. But in addition to that, what I've discovered, which I feel has significantly enhanced the experience with members, is by law, we need to do a review just one time in a year, which means if I'm assisting you with your investment, I simply need to monitor your investment one time in a year. We meet, get an update, adjust your income if we need to. And I found in most instances, there's a lack of transparency when it comes to that, but also members are left uncertain. For 11 months, you don't really know whether I'm actually watching your investment, and you don't have any communication with me. So I've stopped that. What I've done, and this is going to sound insane, but trust me, this is the best way. I have the reviews done every single month. So 12 updates of your investment in a year. Now, what it's done for members, imagine if you had your investment updated every single month. It means the moment something's not right, you can notify me, or the moment something's not right, I'm notifying you. See? So it's away from the norm. It's now proactive. It's more comprehensive support. But I also found that it's opened the door. It's kept the door open for communication, because sometimes members would have a change of bank details and they forgot to tell me. But because we are sending them communication with a monthly update, they then now reach out to us in order to ensure that that is being updated. So I hope the video has been helpful for you. Please keep in mind, when it comes to your resignation, it's a very personal experience. It's very possible for you to have a 5-star experience, something that is customized, tailor-made for you in order to ensure that you're getting everything that you want ticked off. Now, if you found the video helpful, remember to give me a thumbs up. And please let me know what you think about Sealy and the entire experience, because I've done this video very differently. If you've not already done so, please share this video as well as the information on the channel to your other friends and GEPF colleagues so that they too can benefit from this information. And I will see you on the next video.